Ninjago was gone for a really long time. I think people really need to get hit in the face by this fact, just how long this series has been running for. Well, it feels like only 5 years ago, I was just sitting there in my living room floor watching the final battle between good and evil, and then a year or two later seeing a sneak peek of the series getting rebooted. People need to realize this was flipping almost a decade ago. People who were just mere kids or teenagers are full-grown adults now. Me, I was 12 when Rebooted came out. I'm 23! And not everyone keeps in touch with a show for that long. Some people are gonna fizzle out of watching the show, and for sure gonna get out of those communities around the show. There are people on this walking earth that missed out on Sons of Garmadon and Hunted, and that is a reality that I am just failing to comprehend. So because of that, people will start to feel a little thing called nostalgia. And maybe some people have wondered what became of that show with the color-coded ninjas. I mean, it's gotta be over and done with now, right? Wait, it's still going? But people will take advantage of this nostalgia and make some tributes, some memorabilia, or of course, memes.
Long before time had a name.
And Ninjago has definitely started hitting that mainstream nostalgia attention. I mean clearly, with new people every day either getting mildly interested in the show or completely getting sucked into the cult. And around a couple of years ago, I even got normie friends of mine who don't even know the entirety of Ninjago is made out of 16 realms, sending me TikToks and memes and finding them funny. And of course, all of them are about the first 2 seasons, because that's the nostalgia sweet spot. But none of them know the things I've seen. So because of all this mainstream attention, this image has been making a certain circulation on TikTok, making its way to Twitter and other social media sites. The image is taken from the intro of Rebooted and shows the state of all the main characters represented on the intro. This was probably used because this is the oldest one with the most characters on it. The Season 2 intro doesn't have Garmadon on it, and also the characters are too close together. So putting the text would probably make for a bad image to Photoshop, especially to put the characters in black and white. This was probably the best image of the Ninjago characters they could use, so that's probably why they chose it. Or they just chose a random image off of Google and I'm putting way too much thought into explaining it. Either way, the image as follows references the state of the characters up until the finale of Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 1. From right to left, it says Jay is evil, Nia, Zane, Lloyd are alive, Master Wu is dead, Kai has disappeared, Garmadon is missed, I think they meant to put missing, and Cole... it says that. And this image has for sure put people off guard. And I've had people even come up to me asking what all of this means. And of course I say, so where do you want me to start? The part where Cole becomes a ghost? The part where they literally had to fight the hands of time? Or how about that one where the universe folded in on itself? But no, you probably just want me to tell you why people think Cole is gay for a month. What do you mean, what's a month? But you know what? So people can stop asking me. People don't ask me all that often, so no one actually really cares. I figured I'd go through this whole image and talk about everything that's happened to the series up until this point to catch people up to speed or are too busy or too unfun to watch season 15 or wait, 16 seasons, wait, maybe 17, it depends on who you ask. We're gonna go from this image and explain every part, and I'm gonna go in a random order. And yes, I'm saving the fun one for last, and don't you dare skip to the end! Wait, where's Kai? Okay, so I should probably start off with the fact that Ninjago's universe kinda folded in on itself. This is what's called the merge. The show revealed that Ninjago is actually just one of 16 realms. Basically, they all just collided together, merging all the realms into one giant universe, making the world of Ninjago way bigger than it was. The merge caused all of the ninja to separate amongst this new realm, and even up until this point, not all the characters are even found yet. Oh, so Kai was one of them and that's why he's disappeared. Well, no actually. Believe it or not, other than Lloyd, Kai was the first one to actually be found. The part where he disappears is actually at the end of Season 2 Part 1, where there's an event called the Blood Moon. Yes, like the Zelda Breath of the Wild. During this event, the villains of the series, Roz, open a portal to let out the Forbidden Five out of a never-ending prison of captivity. The Forbidden Five were a group of villains who received elemental powers, but used them to cause never-ending chaos and destruction. Due to this, they were sealed off to a nether space, a void outside of the merged realms. During the ritual of the Blood Moon, Kai was kicked through the portal during the battle, and as of this moment is lost to the nether space, as he chose for it to be closed to prevent the rest of the Forbidden Five from escaping. And that's actually pretty much it. Next one. Master Wu is dead? When the merge happened, Wu is researching an event called Coalescence, an event that could not be stopped, which, was this. And nobody knew the whereabouts of Master Wu, except for a golden spirit that is surely Master Wu because it sounds like him, which means, yeah, he did. He kind of just hangs out every now and then. He guided both Kai and Nia into rebooting Zane at the end of Season 1, Part 1, and yeah, that's it for now. For now. Garmadon is missed? But I think it meant to say missing? It's pretty much the same thing with the ninja, with Garmadon being with the ninja at the end of Crystallize, but then scattered away from everyone else when the merge hit. Except, well, there's another layer to this. Depending on when you stop watching the show, you might be confused on the footage I just showed you before, because Garmadon is back to Lord Garmadon. At the end of Season 2, Garmadon turned good after the final battle, but after sacrificing himself to bring back spirits of an ancient tribes of snakes to stop a snake cult, yes, I just said snake cult, his soul was sold to the departed realm, basically where all the dead people go. In Season 8, Sons of Garmadon, they established two sides of the first realm, the Oni and the Dragon. Dragons have the power to create, while the Oni have the power to destroy. The first Spinjitzu master, the father of both Wu and Garmadon, was born of both worlds, and thus his two sons were Oni and Dragon too, with Wu being mostly Dragon, the other, Garmadon, Oni. So the Sons of Garmadon, a biker gang who basically worship Garmadon, led by Harumi, raised only the Oni side of Garmadon, which meant there was none of his dragon side left. But after being consulted by Vinny a few seasons later and crystallized, he's working it out. Either way, his current whereabouts is unknown and nobody knows where he is at all. And there's no telling when or if he'll return to the series at this point. Lloyd, Zane, and Nia are still alive? Yeah, that's about it. Zane's just chilling, helping the ninja out, trying to keep the universes together, Nia's just, also kind of doing her own thing, wondering where Jay is. Hopefully she's watching this video, actually, all the way through, and she'll know in about 2 seconds if she didn't skip to the Cole is gay. But Lloyd is the interesting one, because since Master Wu's demise, Lloyd has been training to become the new ninja leader. Not for the ninja, no, but actually new ninjas, Eren and Sora, and Wildfire if that counts. The babies of a new generation. Eren doesn't have an elemental power, but taught himself Spinjitzu, and actually has a technique where he can transfer Spinjitzu to an object, giving it more momentum when thrown. Sora is a tinker kind of girl, where she has a techno power where she can craft stuff out of metal. Initially, she needed this little adorable dragon named Ryu to awaken her power, but now she's learning to master it all on her own. But you don't care about that, do you? You just want to know why Jay is evil, and most importantly, why Goal is K. I get it. I'm getting to that. Hold your horse. Jay is evil? Well, that depends. When the merge happened, everything got messed up. But among all this, Jay's got amnesia and now works for the administration. The administration kept everything in order at the Realm of Madness, but since the merge, they have been trying to control everyone in the merge with law and paperwork. You know, the timekeepers in Loki? Yeah, basically that. So really, I guess it just mainly depends on your interpretation on if you find them evil or not. Because as far as I see it, they're just trying to put the universe back in some order. You could see that as dictatorship, and you're correct, but either way, Jay is with them now, and so doesn't know what anything is. So while you could argue he's an evil agent, you could also argue he's not. Now for part 2, that part's different, but we won't talk about that like I said, and I think that's it. Yep, I think we gone over everything, so I'll see you in the next vid, guys. Go check out my main channel. I just uploaded a FNAF video last week, which I think is pretty cool, and I got one giant Transformers video coming out that I just finished. That's coming out in September, so please look for that. Alright, I'll talk about it. Cole's alive, but gay? So again, when the realms merged, the ninjas were scattered all over the place across the merged realms. He wound up in a place called the Land of Lost Things. When Cole wound up here, he met a few people in this land, one of them being a Munce named Geo, the Master of Fusion. What's a Munce? They're a type of troll-like creatures like the Geckles. What's a Geckle? In Season 13 Master of the Mountain, we learned of a tribe of trolls, and the two types, didn't really like each other.
They have done absolutely nothing wrong, but they're blue.
Basically, this guy, the guy with the skeleton, who sounds like this.
It is the truth and your demise.
Went on to voice Sonic, yes, I'm for real. Made up lies about both tribes so they would never work together, so he could easily take them over and force them to work in benchstone mines. Geo, however, he is a Munce, but with the color of a Gekkel, meaning that nobody liked him, and was exiled from both the Munce and Gekkel. But if you're asking me, he got the best deal because he didn't have to work in a benchstone mine, so hey, I mean... Either way, where does the gay come in? Well, before Dragon's Rising came out, I feel like a lot of the Ninjago community really wanted LGBT representation in Ninjago, and there actually was some rep beginning to show up in the show. Background characters were subtly showing true colors, both figuratively and literally, but the real representation was in Crystallized, where a character in the show was confirmed to be LGBT. Not only was her mom and dad proudly putting pride stickers on the family car, but Sarah's guitar case had the bisexual pride flag. And even on the cover art for the song Inner Steel, her song that ended the show, they proudly display it on the guitar as a sticker where you can see it. And I think the conversation surrounding this ramped up conversations, and a lot of people were strongly implying and headcaning the fact that Cole was gay. And I guess the new writers of the show seem to take notice or given the thought of it themselves, so while it's not outright confirmed, people seem to take notice that Cole and Geo kind of got some energy together, if you know what I'm saying. But initially, I didn't really buy it. And while they aren't together yet, I think it's fair to say they got something blossoming between them, as the writers of the show, Doc Wyatt, has even come out showing support for the ship and liking tweets surrounding the relationship. So, is it canon? Here's the thing. Despite what people would like to believe, the world isn't exactly on the same page about this whole thing.
You would have like little kids come over and they're like, man, I don't care what's going on, you're awesome. And then you'd have women that are like, you better not be, you know what I mean?
With a lot of countries still banning the topic even being discussed altogether. You think it's bad here in America? Buddy, you don't know nothing. And I hate to break it to you, but Lego is a business, and therefore they want to run the show wherever they can and make the show as accessible to as many regions and people as possible so viewers can buy toys and merchandise of the show. A similar thing happened with Disney. Disney was actually hyping up an LGBT character in one of their recent movies, Onward, the one with Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, and the character was literally just one character that just said she had a girlfriend and just walked away. This was obviously done so they could just slip it underneath people's noses and, more importantly, just cut it out of other regions so Onward could still run in those regions. And so, like them, Ninjago has to follow the rules and regulations of the regions Ninjago is in. So if they were to just outright have a gay couple, I don't think they would go over well in other regions. And I think that's where we're at with Cole and Geo. I don't know if Cole and Geo can really pursue a relationship just due to the reality we're in right now. I mean, have you seen some of those reactions people are having to just this one TikTok? I want normal Cole! So even if Doc Wyatt and everyone at LEGO do really want to pursue a relationship with Cole and Geo, even if it is a real thing in the first place, let's make that perfectly clear, then they either can't do anything with it, or we'll just have to drop seeds where people can gobble it up as much as they can. So is Cole gay? In these circumstances, that's up to you, I guess. So that's where Ninjago is right now as of Ninjago Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 1. If you haven't seen Ninjago, what did you think about all this? And do you think Cole is actually gay, or is it just a headcanon that made its way to the writers? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and I just want to leave you all with this. I want normal Cole!